Welcome to this video. We play against Astian, and let's see what we get. So he plays an open variation, and here we have the real Lopez. A6 maybe, D4. Okay, I think I can attack the center immediately. So I threaten to take on E5. Let's see what he plans. So bishop D7 maybe. Yeah. Okay, so what should I do? I don't want to improve the position of the bishop D7. On the other hand, I think my knight is very good here on D4, so maybe I should take here and protect this one afterwards. Why just castle? He can't take because of rook E1. Maybe I can jump to F5 also later. Okay, let's do this. So if he takes rook E1 and then F3 and I win the bishop. So I guess he plans to put the knight on F6 now. Then I will play knight C3, maybe bishop G5, something like this. And I should also think a little bit longer. I played too quick. I'm still in the blitz mode somehow. I wonder what he thinks about. I mean, he needs to play bishop E7 or knight F6 to develop as quick as possible. Essentially, okay, maybe he wants to play queen D7 and castle long. Yeah, I think he could have played this much quicker. And also now, like bishop E7 now, it's an obvious move. I just wonder what I should play afterwards. Or should I, after bishop E7, should I play rook E1 or queen E2 or F3? In the end, maybe I play F3 just to keep the rook on the F file. Maybe later I push F4, F5. Here I don't know. I can play bishop G5 now, and after bishop E7 I have knight F5 maybe. Okay, I think bishop G5 is normal. So bishop E7 now is virtually forced. And I think I play queen d3 afterwards. And I can move the queen to g3. And I can put the other rook to e1. Something like this. Queen d3. Because now I need to protect e4. But I don't want to protect with this rook because I want to push f4 later on, so I think this is a good move. And then rook a e1 next. I can put the knight on f5 later on if I like. So he has weaknesses on d5 and f5, but he can also put a piece on e5 if he likes. So maybe even knight g4 and knight e5 is not that bad, but I can always keep the knight away with e5, f4. So I like my position. It's easier to play than black's. And he now has to decide if he wants to castle short or long. I don't know where the king is safer. Because here, if he castles long, I think I can play b4 and b5 very quickly. And he needs to weaken his position a bit. Maybe also a4. I think I'm pretty quick here on the queen side, so I think he needs to castle short. He disagrees. And isn't b4 very good now? Question is after b4 and b6 if I really want to take here. I'd play a4 maybe first. So I'm really quick, I think, here on the queen side. So a5 next. No, b4 next, and then b5, a5, something like this. If he plays d5, I just push for e5. He can then put the knight on e4, however. I think he should do this, playing d5. If your opponent attacks you on the wing, try to counterattack in the center. So he prepares to open files here in the center, which is good, I think. And now maybe he can play d5. I should have played it before, because now I'm pretty quick with b5. He cannot move the queen because then I just take here on c6. And if he takes back, his king-side's position is really weak. I already, can play queen a6 check and take here, and then knight b5, which is like almost game over. And if he takes on g5, let's say he plays queen g4, I take here, he can take here on g5, then I can take on a7 with check, and also winning a pawn and with a good position. So I think he needs to play b6, and then I just wonder what I should play then. I think I take on c6, then queen takes, and then push b5. Maybe I place queen to c5 then. After queen c5 I have bishop e3. So he needs to move to h5 or somewhere. But then the a7 pawn is hanging. I think my position is good. He should have played, I think, d5 before. For the time being, I want to keep the rook on f1, just for defensive purpose. I don't understand this. But it's a good move. Now I understand it. Well done. If I take with the knight, he can take with the knight. I take with the queen, he has bishop g5. I can take on h7, but this is really risky. So maybe I just move my queen, and then I play f3. But where should I move my queen to? Now my position is really terrible, because he can play d5 also. So I guess I take here once, and then I play bishop e3. Eyeing on a7. His knight is hanging, so maybe bishop f6. He might play. No, I think I play b5 and a5 and then b6. I can open up a line here on the queen side, so there's nothing going on in the center right now, so I will attack him here. And he is way too slow on the king side to attack me. Although he might play something like d5, bishop d6, and then queen to g4 and h5 to attack h2. But it all takes quite a lot of time, and I can easily defend it. Knight f3, for example. Now he needs to move the knight. Or playing d5. I also wonder about something like b5, queen c4, knight c6. He can't take, because if he takes with the pawn on c6, I have b takes c6, and then queen a6 check and queen b7 mate. But it's all slow, and after b5, let's say I play queen c4, he always has d5 to attack my queen. What I also don't like, after b5 he can play knight c5, so well, what I can try is maybe knight b5, because after knight b5 I attack his pawn on a7 with 2 pieces, and he needs to react to it by moving a pawn, and then I can open up the lines later on. And I play c4, knight c3, and attack him. Yeah, I think I do this. But I can't do that after bishop f6. However, let's say I play knight b5 and he takes on a1. I take on a7 with check. He goes king b1, b8. And then I take on a1. Don't like that. Bishop f6, yeah. Do I have knight b5? Knight b5. Bishop a1. I take on a7 check. He has king b8. I'm thinking about something like b5 then and knight c6 still, but it's too slow. Where does he want to move his knight to later on, I wonder, after f3? To g5? Alright, let's play rook a3. No, better a2. Which is better? Because on a3 maybe my queen would be also good. But on a2 he might play knight c3 later on with the tempo. But I kick this knight anyway, right? So okay, let's do this. Now I threaten knight b5. Although he can play knight c3 then. No, he can't. The bishop is protecting the knight, but the knight is also on b5 and attacks c3. And after he moves a pawn, I just retreat. Now he's taking quite a lot of time. I wonder if this kind of speed doesn't lead to serious time trouble in like 10 moves. Yeah, there's not much to say at the moment. I mean, I think he needs to exchange pieces. Maybe he should play bishop d4 just to reduce the amount of pieces I have to attack. Then he plays king b8 maybe to protect the pawn. And then he plays something like maybe d5 and knight d6 also is an option. needs to do something here in the center or on the king side. And this is extremely risky, I think. Of course I don't take it. I mean, but there are a lot of holes now. And after a6, I think I play f3. I mean, now he opened up his kingside position, and I didn't even need to push my pawns. So this is really, really good for me. A6, yeah. Okay, now I thought I play f3. And the knight, if he moves the knight, he needs to go to g5, which is not really a nice place. And I maybe can even... Okay. Again, I didn't expect this one, because I thought this is pretty good for me. Should I play b5 here? Or I take on c5. I like both. Let's think about it, because I have like 11 minutes and this is a crucial moment. At the moment he's 2 pawns up, but I will get at least the pawn on a4 back, and there are many open files against the king. If I play b5, I get the pawn on a4 easily, but I would need to reroute my queen somehow, and it's not that easy. What should I do then? Queen c4 afterwards, and then queen a4, and then pushing the pawn later on. But he might play also b6 and queen b7, and just trying to defend. I like more to keep the tension. But if I move the queen, he has b5 maybe. And then c4, which I don't like. Or I play rook b1 now. Huh. Queen d5 also. If I take on, okay, let's think about taking on c5. I take, he takes back. I can take on d7, he takes back, and I take on c5, but this is leading to nothing. I can move the queen maybe to c4. But he has bishop d4 afterwards. Alright, I think I tend to play b5. And I think b6 is not that good. Okay, it's a little bit close here, but the light squares are so weak, and I will enter on the a file later on. And by doing this, I also, you know, block a little bit his play here, right? Queen e6 is a move. Because he attacks my rook then. But after rook a4, the pawn on e4 is fortunately protected. So otherwise, let's say the pawn or something, you know, the pawn was still on before. Queen e4 would be really annoying. Of course, I need to exchange queens then because of the bishop on e3, which is hanging. But now I'm just wondering if I... Okay, he does it anyway. I wondered if I play something like queen c4, I thought, but here now I take on a4 and I have b6. If he allows me to play b6, he is in deep trouble, I think. Or he might run with a king to d7 and e7 and f8. Maybe this is the best option he has, by the way. Just play king d7 now. I'm not sure about this one. Okay, what is better? Queen a3? Rook a1 or rook a8? Of course I don't want to exchange something here, but I think I move over the rook, which is like threatening a mate in 2. If I play rook a6 now, he has to protect the pawn, right? I think I do this. Let's say I play rook a6, he plays king c7. Then I have the check here, and king somewhere, and then I move over. And he cannot move on the 7th rank. And if he doesn't protect the pawn, I just take it. And he might play queen e4. Let's say I move my queen over. If he takes on e3, he's checkmate. Okay, what if he plays king a7? Let's say I play rook a1. He plays king d7 now because I have the check here. He can't do that. So he needs to play, but this is also made, right? What am I thinking about? The problem is the bishop here, but having said this, queen a3, what can he do against queen a3, rook a8 and queen a7 mate? Is there something? King d7 doesn't work. I have the check here and he needs to go back, and I have the mate. If he moves the rook, also doesn't matter, because yeah. Let's do it. And that's the problem with this king, with the position of the king. He's very open now, and there are no pieces that defend the king. The bishop was really important. The light squared bishop. I mean, if he had the bishop here on b7, that would be not such a bad position like now. I don't see a move for him. Or was there a move like d5 maybe? Because then after the check, I'm so stupid. Of course he can just run to e8. How can I? Is rook f5 and rook d5 something? I'm just seeing goes, and my whole things, variants I analyze are all wrong, so it's not my day. Okay, I will exchange here this right. But it's not good. Okay, I put pressure on the d6 pawn first. Maybe. Can I take on c5 later on? Rook a8, moves, takes, take on c5, if he takes here, I take again. Huh. Rook a8. I mean, this was really a bad move, because I can take this with check, and now he's losing. He just destroyed himself by playing this move. Why didn't he just, you know, move the king to d7 and e8? I thought this was the reason why he played rook e7. Now I have rook a8 check. He needs to go to e7, but then I have rook d5. And then it's checkmate afterwards. So he needs to take with the queen, but then I have the intermediate move here. Rook d8 check. He takes back with the king. And then I take here, and That's just over. So he needs to take with the queen now. It's the only move. Otherwise it's checkmate on d8 or checkmate on a7 with the queen. If he if he takes here, or if he would have taken here, I had the rook d8 move. But now it's just a mate on a7. Wow, it was a good fight, Astian. I think you played much better than the 1600 your rating says, but I think it was wrong to push the pawns around your king. Black should have played on the king side or on the center, in my opinion. Thanks for watching.